everybody. This is Life on Wheels channel. This is the episode 2. The first episode will be listed on my channel as well. Just a quick little recap. It was more about how you get the tiny home life started right from scratch. We're going to try to keep it simple as possible, and then we can add in more details later on just so you don't get so overwhelmed. The first step I recommended was to hit up social media and then connect with families, people that are doing the tiny life for real. The ones that are not just dreaming and talking, but are actually living the life. And this one, you can go back to that channel and recap on that as well. But this episode is going to be about what the next step is. So what I personally did, that I found I'm a very, very visual person. It feels a little less complicated when I can see the stuff, write it down, figure it out, rearrange it, cross it out. So what I did, I will have following this. I'll show what I did. I grabbed a display board from Dollarama, dollar store. But what I would do is I would probably grab 2 or even possibly 3. Just because things are going to change as you start reevaluating your needs, your wants, what you want to do, all that kind of stuff. So below, I will have a comments. You can add in any questions, comments that you would like to have. And here is what I did. And what you want to do is you want to screenshot it so you can kind of zoom in and see what I wrote. It was a little bit tricky to kind of get it all fitting in there properly, but just screenshot it and then you can kind of have it for a reference later on. I'll see you in a bit. As you can see on the display board, those are pretty basic areas of a tiny home. Everybody has unique things that they need in their life. And this is going to be probably, for me personally, was one of the biggest steps far as self-evaluation. It was evaluating my life. I went from a large home, full family. I was married at that point, going in through a separation. So reevaluating what we needed, what we wanted for my teen boy and my 6-year-old, who were a few years younger at that point. But so it was making the choices of going from a large home into the life we desired. It wasn't necessarily about the things that we needed to get rid of. It was the life that I was trying to create for us. So there were some big decisions to be made. The biggest choice that I would start off with is figure out where your location's going to be. Are you going to be in the country? Are you going to have access to power? Is there no power at all? Or do you want to be in the middle of the woods? So the biggest thing is if you're going to be in the middle of the woods, the chances are you probably won't have power. So you might want to do this, decide if you want to do solar, decide if you want to do solar/generator backup. Or if you are going to have electricity, if you still want to have solar, you can kind of have either one as a backup. Or are you going completely off grid? So are you going to be doing the fireplace, all that kind of stuff? Are you going to be hauling your own water? Are you going to have a well? And if you are into this journey and you're like, I have no idea where I want to be, what I want to do, envision. My biggest thing is I went into that not knowing at all where I was going to be. I'm actually ended up moving 4 hours away from the current area that I knew very well. So I had no idea what I was doing. So I basically, the only way to start a build is to plan. So I envisioned what I wanted to have for my life. I knew I wanted to be in the country because at that time I was kind of done with the suburban-y life, very done actually. So I decided to, in this tiny home, I knew I didn't know enough about solar to go full solar. So I had all the conduit ran throughout the walls before they closed them up if I decided to go that route. I ended up finding land that had electricity, like a power meter, all that kind of stuff. That was ran differently, but So I had the backup option to throw solar in, but I decided to go through electricity. But my biggest thing is recommending to you guys is decide. Are you going to go solar, electricity? Are you going to go off grid? Are you going to be, do you want to be in town? Do you want to have full hookups? That is possible. That's the biggest decision. Set aside time, research that, check out other people that are doing either one, both, get some ideas. And then once you've made that decision, stick to it. That's the biggest thing, is stick to it. Don't get wishy-washy, because then that's when things start getting extremely overwhelming. And then once that's decided, go from there. Like I had on that board, is decide what you want your kitchen to be like, your bedrooms, all those little decisions, start ticking away at. And then, you know, take time. There's no rush, right? This is a big decision, so evaluate the life that you want, not that you currently have, that you're trying to sustain, but the life that you want, whether that is the same or it's not. And that would be my biggest suggestion, is for you guys to spend some time on this, evaluate your life. And there's no rush, and enjoy it, because there's a big process. This is a huge learning curve for many people. It was for myself. It was kind of seeing what I was made of. Sticking to your decision is probably my number one suggestion. Don't go wishy-washy, and enjoy the journey. And that's the biggest thing, is talk to your kids, get them involved. Anybody who's in the family, if you wanted to do a vision board instead of just writing for kids, that's amazing to get them involved in the process. Is get them cutting out cool things that they would like for their bedrooms, or their lofts, or their little play areas, or little bookshelves. Get them involved, get them excited. It is a big step for most people to go from a traditional style living into this lifestyle, but kids, I found, are incredibly excited and willing to jump into it, but keep them involved. That would be my biggest suggestion. And I wanted to remind everybody to please hit subscribe, and please share these videos with anybody who can benefit as well. This is why I'm putting them out there, just to help people kind of through the process, because I know it is daunting. And also, it's a big thing for me to hear from you guys. I want to hear comments, questions, anything you want me to cover. And I will in the future be covering more videos of how I've tackled certain situations, especially with the 4-season living in Alberta. So there's some big challenges as far as weather, winterizing the home, exterior water lines if that's the case, anything like that. And even just down to how our kids function and how we play. If you would hit subscribe, that would be huge help, and I'd appreciate it. And I look so much forward to making the next video, and looking forward to hearing comments from you guys. Thanks, everybody. Bye.